Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, here in front of Kabuto, of a Kojin, of a blue. Where we have our beast tribe rank up. Good, you're here. We are preparing to embark on a search for treasure. Would you... I was certain you would follow through, but alas, he wishes to invite you on our expedition, but perhaps we should begin by explaining where we are going and why. Shikita's pirate associates in Yanxia have informed him of a treasure that may prove suitable for our vault. If what we have been told is true, the owner of said treasure can be found somewhere near Namazu. Our mission is to befriend this individual and see if there's aught we can do to trade for this oddity, whatever it may be. Now, let us be off. Okay. We are in Namazu, in Yanxia. So, here's Kabuto. The villagers claims to know the knowledge of what we seek. I can tell you only what I've heard. Whether or not there is truth to it, you must decide for yourself. If I may ask, what exactly is this treasure? Forgive me, I'd forgotten it can speak. I do not mean to question your decision to come here, but I sincerely doubt any treasure you find will compare to this doll. That may well be true, but our aim is to create a collection, and to what end we came here following the rumors of a treasure here in Namazu. No doubt a burdensome quest of every piece must be a curiosity such as you. Sadly, I cannot say what this treasure is, only that its owner is of a Namazu. How can you be certain that it possesses of any worth? He has been seen carrying something about the glittering basin with the greatest of care, but only briefly. Upon realizing he's not alone, he leaves with all haste. He speaks with no one, and so we are left to wonder what it is he guards so dearly. If you mean to approach him, it will not be easy. How are we to strike a deal with such a seemingly skittish character? Must find a way to trap the Namazu. I suppose that may work. A way to hold him still long enough to explain we mean no harm. Then let us begin our search. Not so fast, my friend. Even if you were to appear before us here now, we have not with which to barter. Our time would be better spent learning about this Namazu. We've already inconvenienced Serenia greatly. We must not keep her away from her other duties. Sympathy for a comrade? Well, I suppose it would be prudent to know where the Namazu can be found when we are ready to bargain. Very well. Let us find an ideal location to better survey the area. So, let's look out. Search its surroundings for the Namazu. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the Namazu and inspect him with left click. Apparently too far away. Okay. Minigame. You found him? Well done, Serenia. But where's he headed? We must find a better vantage point. Once again, search for the Namazu. He seems to be digging. This must be where he buried the treasure. At last we can see what it is he guards so dearly. Ah, so it's a vase we are after. The only question remaining now is why must he act in secret? The answer may be our key to approaching him. Oh. The Red Kojin? So we're not the only ones come in search of treasure. Quickly, Kabuto, tuck me away and get down there. We have to stop them. Stay back. The Namazu is safe, but we've taken the vase. We have to get it back. Please, please just leave me alone. No need to fear, friend. We are here to help. You hear that? The bungling blue and his wet nose want to help. No need to worry your pretty little shell. We've only come to retrieve what is ours by right. And he was more than willing to give it to us. Give it to you? You're a liar, and I still have the lumps to prove it. You're here to help, yes? Then you can start by teaching those brutes a lesson. This treasure belongs in the vault. You know this to be true. Now stand down. No. Give back the vase. How curious. Before he spoke as a whining child, but now he speaks as a would-be warrior. Lay down your sword and surrender. If you do, we may consider allowing you to work as one of our mercenaries. I would rather die than serve you, red brutes. Watch your tongue. You stand in the presence of General Hiromaki of a rat. Now, Shogi. Let's not be rushed with his would-be warrior. Give him the right incentive. I'm sure he and his brothers could be convinced to join us. Never. Not for all the treasure in the world. Again with your whining. Perhaps the blue are not worth having as mercenaries after all. Though I could be convinced. Mark my words. When next we meet, I will have you on your knees begging to join us. Those fiends! Do they think we'll let them simply walk away? That doll, it talks. Yes, well, though your Kojin savior he is indeed brave, he's not the best with words. I step in on occasion to speak on his behalf. But enough of that, Kabuto, you must follow them. Serenia and I will be right behind you. A doll that speaks. Interesting. Thank you for saving me. Would that we had met under better terms. My name is Gyoke. Serenia, go and assist Kabuto. I will be along shortly with our new friend here. Logitech barrier. He had reinforcements lying in wait. I managed to fend them off, but he got away. There you are. What of a waste. Were you able to take it back from him? My apologies, Tsukumo. No need to concern yourself. No, I'm actually glad to be rid of it. As Kyokai tells it, there's a rather unpleasant story behind that vase. Indeed there is. It was not until after I came into possession of it that I learned of a misfortune that befell each of its previous owners. When the birds first began to follow me, I thought nothing of it, but then their droppings came. Every day, a torrent, a maelstrom of dung from the heavens. I grew suspicious, and soon after I learned the vase had been cursed by its maker. I made every effort, took every opportunity to get rid of it, but whether I dropped it into the ocean or abandoned it on a mountainside, it always found its way back to me, as did the storms. Eventually I learned of a way the curse may be broken. It involves a small ritual which must be performed while alone. Otherwise the misfortune would spread, and we mustn't have that, no. But if the red Kojin want it, they can have it. I see. Truly the world is full of strange treasures. In any case I suspect that this curse will soon come to an end. They will be taking the vase to the Kojin treasure vault on the Isle of Seki. Once enshrined within, it will be purified by a myriad kami inside. The vase will haunt you no longer. Oh, thank goodness, I must repay you for your kindness. Come, if there's anything you want to ask of me, name it. Any thoughts, Serenia? Kabuto? How modest of you. Well, go on, Kabuto, the decision is yours. Well, the blue Kojin are seeking allies and But of course, you're mostly merchants and traders, yes? That suits my plans perfectly. I was looking for partners with whom to do business. Forgive me for interrupting, but I could not help but notice you have quite the charm. What? I'm flattered truly, but I don't think it would work between a Namazu and It is old and has an exquisite shine. Yes, that is indeed a marvelous chime that dangles around your neck. Oh, my chime, of course. What else could you have meant? You have a good eye, Tsukumo. These chimes are the pride and joy of a Namazu. Why, I've worn this one about my neck since my first name day. The brilliant shine matched only by that of your kind-hearted soul, no doubt. Please, stop before you make me blush. Tell you what, as a show of good faith between soon-to-be partners in trade, how would you like one of these chimes? Not mine, of course, but I'm certain I can find one for you. That would be wonderful. Then I'm off to check my storehouse. When I find one, I will send it to the Tamamizu post-haste. That went rather well, would you not agree? With Gokei safe and the splendid chimes promised to our vault, I believe our work here is done. Let us return to Tamamizu for a well-earned respite. Ah, you returned. Winshin was overjoyed to hear of our new trade partner in Gyoke. It would seem we are off to a spectacular start. Thank you for your help. I would say you more than help, my friend. You would still be in Yanxia if not for your sharp eyes. In contrast, what would you say of Kabuto's performance this day? He brought honor to the Blue Kojin. Indeed he has. Though Hyugamaki escaped, Gyokei's life was spared, and soon our treasure vault will benefit from his generosity. I have much to learn. The difference in strength between Serenia and me is still too great. To acknowledge your limitations is the first step in overcoming them. Others may think you proud, but I can see there is more to you than that. You care deeply for the well-being of your people, but you have had few opportunities to demonstrate this. You have great potential, Kabuto, and I believe you may make a fine leader. And there is a bell. Gyokei is now a trading partner with Blue Kojin and has pledged a contribution to the treasure vault. Now trusted. To undertake the next Beast Tribe main quest, you must first complete the main scenario quest Here There Be Sailor. To Kojin is divine. So, yeah. I look at what new quests we got, because the quest you pick up directly after finishing a rank up usually are all involved in the new rank. So let's look. Serenia, might I ask you a favor? Itomaki, one of our younglings, left in search of treasure near the wreck of a Kobayashi Maru and has yet to return. Could you tell her to come back before she finds herself in any real trouble? Analyze this. Also this unwelcoming a place as you ever likely to find. Were it not for its abundance of shellfish, we would avoid it entirely. Most of the creatures there will only turn to attack you if we draw too close. However, the Analas go to great lengths to hunt us down. Their ferocity is known throughout the Ruby Sea. It is to you we must turn. Venture into their territory, slay any that confront you. A show of force should send the rest slinking back into their dens. Can I interest you in a new method of treasure hunting? Makura will explain all. Okay, Makura. What is that new method? Glad you could join. My clever little ways has learned a new trick. You might have seen striped rays with their faces in the sand looking for food. Normally they just swallow water and filter out the krill, but the tastiest morsels can be found under the seabed. There's a lot more than sediment and ray snacks down there though. This little one has learned how to search for treasure while he's at it. Why don't you take him out there and give it a try? Ray's been taught to come back here if you get separated. Once you've finished, Zukin will take care of the rest. Good luck. Okay. Ray finds treasure beneath the sediment. More treasure. the thought. Ah, over there. Say and Itomaki. Hello? Did someone call my name? I don't suppose you could help me find my way back to Tamamizu? So got lost, yeah? There. Are you here to help me? I came here in search of treasure, but the current seemed to have shifted a bit, and I'm afraid to say I'm rather lost. Unfortunately, I couldn't find so much as a rusted teaspoon. Oh well, I'm sure that Zukin will be pleased to see me safe and sound, treasure or no. Probably. So, which way was it? Oh, I see. Now that you mention it, that does look like the way home, doesn't it? Not to worry, I'll be back in 2 shakes of a Gyuki's tail. Goodbye for now. Okay, and I'm do the killing quest off screen. It's just a killing quest. So we have once again a mount quest and a search. Let's save. You found her, you say? You have my thanks, Serenia. She's only 70 summers old, nowhere near experienced enough to navigate the ever-changing Ruby Sea by herself. She can barely make it from one side of a village to the other without asking for directions. I dare say she will go wandering off again soon. The waif's belly seems fit to burst. I advise you to stand back when you regurgitate everything. Hopefully there will be some treasure in there along with all the scent and muck. My crew and I toiled for many days and nights to perfect the technique. Their efforts have paid dividends, and we are now able to recover many precious items that would otherwise remain undiscovered. Okay, until next time then, when we do something else, I guess. I'm Mace, and don't get lost.